this not going live? Are you not seeing this? I don't know why this is not working. Sorry, guys. Are we here now? Huh. So I'm just talking and nothing's happening. Oh, so now I'm here. So I don't know what happened. So apologies. I've been talking this whole time. So let's go through and don't know what happened. I've been here the whole time. And I've been talking this whole time. So I don't know what's going on. Apologies for missing those 10 minutes. You missed me do dribble game as well. I wouldn't solve that already. Welcome, everybody. That question that's up there, 8 and out means he gets the injured tag. No, it doesn't. The injured tag is not for 3 games. It's for 7 days. I know half of you in here are going to believe that it's 3 games and you're going to provide me an example of this guy being out for 3 games and getting an injured tag. I don't care. The rule is 7 days. Yahoo sometimes misapplies this rule. That is true. But the rule is 7 days. It is a stupid rule. You should never use IL. You should always use IL plus, or Yahoo should update the IL plus to the IL rules to just be the same as IL plus and not have the 2 of them. Again, absolute idiocy. But Ayton missed the game on Friday. He missed the game on, if I can find it, I missed Friday's game, Ayton. He missed Saturday's game. He's missed Monday's game. Then there's still a game on Wednesday to come. And 7 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's the 7th day. So he needs to miss Wednesday's game to be INJ, to get the injured tag to be IL eligible. Again, a stupid system that shouldn't exist. Thank you. Cade sitting out both is how worrying. It's very worrying. It's very worried. It's very worrying. I think that we're going to have some real issues with him playing out the rest of the year. Same with Duran, and same with all these bad teams. This is, again, I don't know why this is the case, but as soon as there's 3 weeks left in the season, things ramp up to a million degrees of the nonsense. We saw it with Cade on the weekend with 1 game. We've seen a little bit of ins and outs with Portland and Utah, but this is where stuff really kicks off. Really kicks off. It's just consistent always. Is it crazy to drop Duran already? Like, if you're in the playoffs, you already know that there's only 2 more games this week for Detroit. So, no, 100% you move on. With 2 games of Duran, that's not worthwhile. And you don't even know that he's going to play them or be available after that. You got no idea. All right. Should you drop Randall? Yeah, I talked about the Randall and Nick stuff already in the part that you guys didn't see. These guys aren't close to returning. There's no reason to hold Randall. I don't think you need to hold Anunoby. I don't think you need to hold Mitch Robinson. Who did I use for dribble game? Good question. It didn't even show me the answer. I did Evan Fournier. It was between Aaron Gordon and, there you go, Aaron Gordon and Jason Tatum. I guessed Evan Fournier. Let's do the connections. I got yesterday's one. It was pretty easy. Let's see how we go today. I'd still got yesterday's results up there. Oh, there you go. That's useless. Because I did it late in the day, I guess. Oh, well, that's annoying. I didn't even get to do that one today. Let's do an immaculate grid then, just in case. Just to give something that you guys can see. Raptors, Spurs. Nando DeColo. I'm not great at getting the super rare ones, although that's a good one, 0%. Raptors, Bucks, Grievous, Vasquez. Wow. Hitting these all right. Raptors, Suns. Come back to that. Pacers, Spurs. Pacers, Spurs. George Hill. What are these percentages? How is this right? How is everything 0%? Pacers, Bucks. We'll get to that in a sec. Spurs, Thunder. Think about it. Bucks, Thunder. Think about it. Suns, Thunder. Cameron Payne. Is this going to be 0% as well? This is going to be the greatest immaculate grid of all time. What is going on? Why are they all 0? Pacers, Suns. Raptors, Suns. Let me go back to check out any more info that's dropping. Hornets starters are out. Mann, Miller, Bridges, Richards. Mann, Micic, Miller, Bridges, Richards, same as usual. I talked about there was no timetable really for Donovan Mitchell to return or Max Strus to return or Dean Wade to return. I did talk about Jonte Porter. Just absolute idiocy from this bloke, honestly. 2 issues with gambling irregularities on his props. Just an absolute clown if this is true. LeBron is doubtful for tomorrow. That sort of came out of nowhere. Let's go back and look at this dribble game. Not dribble game, Immaculate Grid. Raptors, Suns. Who am I missing here? There's someone easy, isn't there? Not Kelly Olynyk. Pacers, Suns. Pacers, Bucks. James Johnson never played for the Bucks. Thunder, Bucks. Wow, I ran into a real roadblock here. All right, let's go to the chat. Jalen Smith for Indiana and Phoenix. Yep, let's do that. Let's just get these out of here. Let's go to the chat and knock them out. Jalen Sticks Smith. Pacers, Bucks, Raptors, Suns. Who plays? Biombo for Suns, Raptors. There you go. Good one. Pacers, Bucks, Thunder, Spurs. They count Sonics here too. Thunder, Bucks. That's Ray Allen. Let's see. If this comes up as 0%, then something's clearly broken. Yep. All right. Bucks, Pacers. I get a feeling like Chuck Person, maybe. Oh, Brogdon. All right. Let's just close this out. Yep, Brogdon. And Thunder, Spurs. Thunder, Spurs. There's got to be some tanking legends that switch over here. Who are they, though? Huh. Thunder, Spurs, Sonics, Spurs. Who am I missing here? Which two would I start today? Bench one, Porter, Tobias, or Josh Hart? I think Michael Porter won't play, so just go for the other two. Nazir Muhammad. All right, let's do that. Let's round that out with Nazir Muhammad for Thunder. Oh, wow. Rarity score 131, so just the numbers weren't displaying, were they? All right, sick. Anyway, 0% legend. Let's go back to the lineups. Let's go back to the news. Seeing if anything else interesting has dropped. Not really. Great. Just absolute nonsense stuff. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Just looking through any more news and needs. Okay. We've got a show coming up straight after this about streaming for Tuesday, but I didn't know that LeBron was doubtful, and I didn't know there was a questionable tag on Trace Jackson Davis, so be aware of that. All right. Is Santi Aldama a start tonight? I don't know who your other options are, David, so I'll just say yes. What are your take on guys that are not going to win anything but keep making changes? Arnaldo, what do you mean? Do you mean that there are people who are eliminated from the playoffs in your league and there's no punishment for where they finish and they're making waiver moves? It shouldn't happen. Cam Thomas just got ruled out, by the way. Late scratch, lower back tightness. The Nets, I talked about this on the injury report show earlier today. The Nets are like 6 games out of the play-in. They cannot get into the play-in. Yes, they don't have their pick, but they're also like 5 games up on the team behind them. So they are going to be starting to do nonsense. Their nonsense is going to begin, and I didn't even think Thomas would be one of them, but apparently he is. Yeah, if your playoffs have started and people are out of the playoffs and they're making moves, they shouldn't be. There's no need for it. Zero need for it. It's ridiculous. They shouldn't do it. You should block them from doing it. Who should get dropped to activate Jokic? Why are you activating Jokic? Don't activate Jokic. I don't know that he's going to play. And Beasley and Trace Jackson Davis are the worst guys you could drop because they play tomorrow on the low volume day. So absolutely do not activate Jokic just yet. I don't think he's playing. Any boost for tomorrow? Do you dare stream in Spencer? Yeah, look, I think he'll start. He was great last game. He won't be that good, but him and Hachimura get the boost there. I'd rather have Beasley, Najee, or Alvarado streaming this week. Give me Beasley. How do you know he didn't do anything, Patrick? Why are you so quick to cape for somebody? How do you know he didn't do anything? I've got no idea what he did. Let's go and have a look. There was... Well, okay. Oh, this is what the shit... Okay, so this bloke... what happened is there was an increase rise in people betting under on Porter props, and the two games they're looking at are two games that he came out in like the first 4 minutes and never returned. He played 4 minutes because of a re-aggravation of an eye injury, and then came out because of an illness after 3 minutes. That's the shifty part of it. That's sus as. That's really bad. That's so sus. Who's the biggest beneficiary of Thomas being ruled out? It's going to be a lot of players. Schroeder's going to be one of them. Lonnie Walker's going to be another one. Mikal Bridges is going to take more shots. But the guys you can probably look at, like Schroeder, Dennis Smith's out, so you can't do that. It's going to be a lot of Lonnie Walker. They don't really have many other guards, though. This is the problem. It's like there's going to be Schroeder. There's no Smith. There's no Thomas. It's Schroeder and Walker. Like, who the hell else are their guards? Bridges, obviously, is going to play a lot of guard. But they don't have many. I'm just going to look at their lineup now. Jalen Wilson's more of a forward. Otherwise, we'd look at him. Derek Whitehead would, but he's out for the year. So, just waiting for their lineups to arrive. Oh, you know what? They've activated Keon Johnson and Jacob Gilead, so they're going to play. Yeah, I wouldn't be interested in streaming them in, but they're going to have to play. With no Thomas, they have no ball handlers apart from Schroeder. So, I think Keon's interesting. Keon can have the random fantasy game. So if you want to get really desperate, maybe it's him. Do we know if Holmes or Bagley is starting? We don't yet, no. D'Lo isn't on the injury report, correct. Would I swap Horford for Kessler? So I'm going to guess your league's pretty shallow if Kessler's available. Boston only has 3 games this week, but one of them's on a low volume day. Utah has 4, but they're all high volume days. So I would if you can use Kessler 4 times this week, then yes, I would. Linux to play big minutes. Porter's already been out, so nothing really changed with the Linux minutes. So no, didn't change much. Is Wiseman must roster? I believe so. Yes. Yahoo changed Ayton to injured, so they don't even abide by their own rules. This is what annoys me, because I come out here and people complain, where's the tag? It's 3 games. And I say, well, the rules are this. And then they do this. This is why this stuff shouldn't exist. I am massively in favor of fantasy leagues not having things that are determined by someone's judgment call, which then will happen for something like this, but not happen for somebody else in a similar situation. And that person complains that it's unfair and that I can't put that person there and add it. That's why it's stupid. That's why I think position eligibility can be ridiculous. That's why I think having the situation where ESPN caps the limit of centers you can have is ridiculous. That's why, especially when positions get allocated wrongly. That's why I think having injured or having a limited bench or this ridiculously restrictive IL slot becomes ridiculous, because you have to wait for someone to make the call to do it. And that is just unbelievably dumb. The can't cut list is dumb. But having someone making this determination of who you can and can't add, this is all coming down to someone's random opinion. And if they're 20 minutes late on doing it and wait till after game's locked, you can't replace the guy. That is nothing to do with your ability as a fantasy manager. It's stupid. It is, Mitch. That's what the Woj article says. Does Reddish get a boost? Like, yeah, but he's bad. But he will get some more minutes, so will Max Christie, actually. Who's been the bigger disappointment this year, Poole or McHale? I guess, interesting. McHale was drafted higher than Poole, yes. McHale has finished the season higher than Poole, yes. But in the key part of the season fantasy playoffs, Poole has been better. So this is one of those questions, right? You took Poole, say, round 4. You might have taken Bridges round 2. Which one hurts more, the round 2 pick? But Bridges has been like 130th over the last 3-4 weeks. That's terrible. Poole's been, I think, 80th or 90th. That's, it's not great. It's probably still Poole, but it's pretty close. Reith or Reed? I'll just take Reed. Yeah, I'll take Reed there.
Will I do a watch along for some playoff games? Maybe. Still haven't decided. Maybe. I'm going to need some time off though. But yeah, Pritchard plays 2 quality games this week, not 1. That's true. He does. I was mistaken when I was talking actually Horford before when the Celtics. But you're right. The Celtics do play 2 quality games. Is Rush an injured tag? Jesus Christ. In a points league, maybe you could consider it. But like, there's 3 games this week. Will you start after today? Has Russ been ruled in for today? I thought he was scheduled to return. Let me look. He's officially questionable. Would you start Russell Westbrook all 4 games this week? But sure, add him into your IL. That's not going to hurt anything, I don't think. In a points league, category league, do not touch it. Don't even bother with it. Got 5 minutes to go here. My league locks Ross as a tip-off for the whole week. Have Jokic and I, it's a gamble to keep him there. It is. If it's for the whole week, then you have to activate him. I would try to not drop somebody. If I guess, look, again, if this is a weekly league, then the low volume games don't matter. So then you can drop Malik Beasley pretty comfortably because he's only got 3 games for the week. Jason Kidd teased a lineup change that every fan has been begging for yesterday during his media availability. That's got to be Dante Exum starting over Derek Jones. Has to be. What else would it be? I don't know what else it could be. It's got to be that. Have I watched any NCAA? I have not watched any NCAA basketball yet. I watched that in the off-season to prep for the draft. Do I watch any WNBA? I do watch some of it in the off-season, yes, but yeah, obviously it's not running at the moment. Or do you mean women's college basketball? Because no, that's the same thing. I've got to devote all my time basically to the NBA at the moment. Any chance Trae Young is back by the end of next week? Yeah, like maybe, but Quinn Snyder's update was so vague. The Hawks aren't moving out of that 10 seed. Like, no one's catching them. I would say the end of this week, no, for Trae Young. End of next week, possibly. But the update was just so I don't know, vague that makes me want to push that to maybe even the final week of the season. But I just don't know. Teams are not giving us much information at all. Would I prefer Hunter or Pritchard this week? That's a really good question. They both have the 2 quality games at the end of the week. Hunter is very, very frustrating as a player, but Pritchard's value depends on players being out, and I don't know that they will be. I probably do lean Pritchard, but man, that is tough. Is it crazy to drop Cade for Pritchard since Wednesday? Even if he plays, he'll probably get 30 minutes max. Yeah, and you've only got 2 more games of Cade this week. You might get the 2 qualities out of... I don't know. Look, I just don't know what... It's a tough thing, isn't it? I think that if you drop Cade, the odds are you'll be okay with it. It'll be fine, but it could very easily go wrong. Well done, Kevin, for double banging your league. Well done. Do I think PJ will play the back-to-back? I do. Nothing to suggest that he won't. Claxton, has he been a bit mid this year? Yes, he has. He has definitely been not as good as what we thought he could be. He's had a few moments of interesting value. He got some injuries early on. He has been a bit mid, yes. Jackson Davis is iffy tomorrow. How would you manage that? I don't think you can do really much apart from just hold him and hope that he's ready to go. I don't think there's much you can do, honestly. Kamara or Laravia in a points league? I'm going to guess that Laravia does more in points leagues than Kamara does, so I'd go with him. When do I guess the headmaster is back? Their game on Wednesday, I think. Is Derek White droppable? What? No. Why? Because he missed 1 game to rest. Did you drop Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? No. What the heck? Why would you do that? Why would you even consider that? Do I think basketball players make good coaches like Kerr or Kidd? Well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? Because do basketball players make good coaches? Definitely yes. That doesn't mean you have to have been a basketball player to be a coach, but basketball players make good coaches. The question I think you're trying to ask is do elite basketball players make good coaches? And usually the answer is no. Steve Kerr was a role player. He's been a very good coach. Jason Kidd, elite player. Chauncey Billups, elite player. Not necessarily very good coaches. Joe Mazzulla, college basketball player. Pretty strong. Mark Dagnott, I don't even know what his history is as a player. But he would have played somewhere. Yes, very good coach. Chris Finch would have played somewhere, but not NBA level. You don't have to have been an elite NBA player. You can be an NBA role player, Ime Udoka. You can be a college player. You can play someone who played professionally. I think being a basketball player is useful for being a coach, but being an excellent Hall of Fame, multi-All-Star time, multi-All-Star level player does not make you a good coach. In fact, usually makes you a bad coach, honestly, as a general rule. How do you feel about Hauser tonight? Needs scoring? Yeah, I'd rather go Pritchard. There is an opportunity here for Sam with 2 guards out. He's more of a forward, though. And we are ready to get out of here. Sorry for whatever that delay was. I don't know why I've been here talking. Last question. Is Zach Edey awful or fantastic? He's neither, but he's also... I don't think he's going to be a very good player in the NBA. I don't think he's going to be a future starter or anything like that. I think he's going to be one of those people that people get seduced about because of his college numbers, and I don't think that he's someone that teams should be looking at to be a starter in the NBA. I think if you wanted to use that as a binary, is he awful or fantastic? If we talk about the NBA, he's going to be awful, if that's how you want to view it. Guys, hit the thumbs up on the way out of here. I'm done. I'll see you later. Bye.